What is up, guys? It is okay. I'm not doing that. So it's Boomshlang from the Buzty Gaming crew. I wanted to make this video. I was trying to sleep last night and I couldn't sleep because all I could think of was Valorant, bro. Like I love Valorant, bro. Um, but in all seriousness, now I wanted to make a video about the Valorant agents, like which ones need changes, etc. For all of those doubting my credentials, let me just put up some details on the screen. So don't let me do this in your game, okay? Don't let me log in tomorrow and drop 40 bomb and then lose the game. So I'm gonna give you that warning, okay? So I also want to say that if you disagree with any of this, like this is not opinion, this is just like actual fact. So if you disagree with this, you're just wrong. All right. So the three categories that I have here today, we got the goat category, no change needed if the character is in this category. I'm sorry, I should say agent. My bad, it's not a character. If the agent is in this character, yeah. If the agent is in this category, it doesn't need changes. Good character overall. Then we got the minor change, please, boss. This is more of a like, I'd like a minor change, please, boss. Like the character's like pretty good in general, but there's some things that just need like minor changes, please, boss. And then for those of you who are uneducated, we have the final category. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I don't really need to explain that one that much. Okay. I'm just kidding. That last category means on my soul, this character needs to change. It's so ass. And that could be for the better or for the worse. So either disgustingly broken characters or characters that are just so awful they need to change. Belong in that category. All right. So let's start here with. I'm just gonna copy and paste this because I'm just lazy. Let's go with Mr. Brimstone. This guy is gonna go into the minor change, please, boss. So I used to actually main this for an act or two. It is one of the OG characters. It's by design the most aggressive smokes character. By that I mean his entire kit is essentially built around getting onto side quickly. Think about it. He has a stim beacon that makes everyone run super quick. I guess you could use it to rotate, but in general, it's used for side executes. And then he has 3 smokes that last super long, and that they don't come back. So my issue with this character is just that in the current state of the game, where almost every single smokes character has rechargeable smokes, like having non-rechargeable smokes is just so awful that it's like kind of difficult to justify. I don't know, maybe I'm just delusional, but I think there needs to be some sort of change related to like, I don't know if giving him rechargeable smokes is like too disgusting of a change. Um, but yeah, when there's like omens, whatever, like in the game, it just doesn't work. Viper as well, I guess, is like technically rechargeable. So there needs to be some sort of change where he gets some sort of value, because what happens is essentially you execute the site. I mean, these smokes are amazing, but then they disappear, and then your team is bricked on the retake because you don't have any util anymore. And that's what happened a lot. I know I'm like droning on this character quite a lot, but I mean this character I like. So what happened a lot in like T3, like we won $5 in T3, so I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm a T3 player, okay, along with my boy Dusty. So, and also in higher, like I wouldn't say elo, like higher comp, like T2 and T1, if Brim is ever played, it's usually in a double controller comp, and the reason being is like you need some sort of map control with rechargeable smokes at high level. Yeah. All right. Next, oops, we got Phoenix. I'm actually gonna put him in the goat status. I know recently they changed the flash where you actually recharge your flash instead of your his old E, which used to be the like piss pile of like burning Molotov. I think it's actually a good change because like I don't know, his whole character is like the Flash Man. So I actually like the change. I think his kit is cool. It allows like really good player expressivity. Especially in high ranks, you could do like weird stuff with him. Um, and also at low ranks, he's like player friendly because he lets you like basically die for free. I think it's a cool character. He's pretty balanced, I would say. All right, next we got Sage. This is another candidate for minor change, please, boss. So this might have some people foaming at the mouth. So, all right. So when I think of Sage, I think of a character whose entire identity is like supporting and healing teammates, right? So why can other characters like Skye basically do her job and like essentially better than she can? The only difference really is Sage's heal is technically infinite range. Um, But let me get to the other ability. So slow, I think, is okay. I like the change where you can't dash over it because that's just such a brain dead thing that you used to be able to do. So that's good. The wall is cool. Like there's like one player like Grim can use the wall correctly. I guess everyone else is just like trolling with that. And the res, I think it's a good change where they made it less expensive because that's like the whole point of the character. The heal, though, I do think this might be a hot take. I think the heal, you should be able to heal characters across the map and through walls. I don't know if that'll make her too strong or not, but there's like one Sage in every like 600 games, and usually they're like going 0 and 20. So I think with something like a cross map through wall heal, which is like what she is, she's like a pure healer character, support character. I think that's actually like a cool change that would make it interesting at least. Or something you would have, because the other thing is like you have to realize like most of the times when you're playing these games and there's a Sage in your game, like how many times have you heard, yo Sage, do you have heal, can you come heal me? And then you just like run into spawn, like everyone just runs into spawn, or like you run and you have to go find the Sage for her to like peek a corner to heal you. I just feel like that's just like that's such a bricked mechanic. But yeah, minor change please boss, but in general character's cool. Alright, Sova, yo, my goat, my goat. This is probably I think the greatest character in Valorant. There's another one coming up that I also think is like SSS tier. I don't know if I have to really even explain much. Like his entire kit is crazy. The amount of stuff you can do with Sova is obscene, and it's all cool. So if you ever get bored with the game, just pick up Sova. He's the most fun. He's great. All right, Viper. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in goat for now. I think it used to be a little bit like annoying with when she had like 100 mollies and she could just like piss on you from across the map, just like rain down pee into your mouth. Especially on Breeze. Maybe players like in slightly higher elo who like use lineups will remember this, but there's that one lineup from A main on Breeze where the Viper would just go stand AFK and spawn and just like rain down piss on the site, and you could literally just delay the bomb diffuse for like the entirety of the diffuse. So it was just so boring. So thankfully she like her molly was nerfed. Like thank the Lord. Yeah, I think she's in a good spot now, to be honest. Still super like control heavy character. All right, oops. Cypher, goat, my goat. This is the other character besides Sova. I think is probably the coolest character in the game. Yeah, he's just great. I know they recently nerfed him with being unable to see people immediately on a tripwire. But to be honest, like, who cares? Like, it's basically the same. It's still super good. He's still the best lurk agent in the game. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. His kit is great, and it's like it's very hard to use, but if you can use it correctly, it's good. Hard to use, I should say, at like top elo. In bronze, everyone's just gonna like run into the trip and get nuked by like 100 vandals. All right, Reyna. I'm gonna say good. Like, don't need to change. Super greedy, super aggressive. Like ranked demon, but you have to frag. I think some people could make the argument that you should not be able to heal or dismiss unless you get the kill, but I kind of like it where you can also do it on an assist. Yeah, I think she's chilling for now. Same goes for KJ. My opinion, the most boring character in the game. This is like an absolute snooze fest to play on any map. Mostly because like of just how you're stuck on the site. It's just so boring, bro. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think she needs changes. If you want to be bored, just play KJ. Breach, goat. I don't think he needs any changes. He's weird because if you make him any stronger than he currently is, he will absolutely like break the entire game. It kind of used to be like that when he had 3 flashes in the beginning and like 100 stuns, and he would just like annihilate your team. So I think it's good where it is now, where like in ranked he's kind of bad, because it's like you need pretty good coordination with your team to make him work. But then in like high elo and like proper comp, he could be like really disgusting because you can like combo jet dashes and your TPs onto the breach stun. So I think he's a good character. It shouldn't need any changes. All right, Omen. Omen's goat, super cool. He's like middle of the pack. I don't think he needs changes. Same goes with Jett. Possible hot take, but I think she's in a good spot right now. She used to just be like absolutely disgusting when her E didn't have the like wind up time where you needed to prep it before dashing. That was disgusting. She had like 10,000 smokes, like flew around. She was like an op. If there's a corner in the game, you know there's a Jett with a telescope just like staring at you on every single angle. So yeah, no, I think now she's okay. Raze I think is fine. Raze is also one of those. I'll probably put with like Cypher and Sova in terms of like, this is if you want player expression, just play Raze. The amount of stuff you can do with this character is insane. I think she's in a good spot. If you make her any stronger, it just becomes bricked. All right, Sky, and notice how there's no one in this final category. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. Sky in a good spot. She used to be disgusting. Thank the Lord they nerfed her. I also find her to be really boring, honestly. But she's fine now. Just like she has like util for every situation. Flashes, heals, drones, whatever. Extremely strong, but I think she's okay. Yoru, oh dude, I love Yoru. I don't know if you've watched any of the shorts or videos on our channel, you will know that I play this gentleman quite a bit, but I play him shotguns only. But the fact that I can play this character shotguns only, and we got to like Ascendant, I think from gold in like less than 50 games, or I don't even know what it was, is testament to how cool this character is. If you have a big brain, you should play Yoru. This is the big brain character. Because the amount of times you can just like fake out and troll people is so funny. Also, if you just want to like farm clips, like this is the character, sorry, agent, the clip farming agent. It is hilarious, bro. He's super cool. I don't think there should be any changes with him currently. He's just awesome. Like if there's a goat Yoru on your team, it's like the greatest thing ever. And if there's a goat Yoru on the enemy team, it's also like really funny. So whatever. All right, Astra. She needs to stay where she is. This I just hate this character. It's one of those characters I would say is just giga boring. And honestly, like what I was talking about with the Brim smokes, about Brim not having rechargeable smokes, she kind of like suffers from the same thing. I know she has like 1,000 smokes, but it's just like it just forces like I'm sure you know this. Every Astra player in every ranked game, if they're actually a good Astra player, it's just so boring, bro. Like, because you're incentivized to play off bomb, you're incentivized to play post plant, you're incentivized to play super safe. So like the best Astros I've seen are always lurking. They're always like in the spawn lurking, if that's even a thing. Like not contributing. They're smoking obviously, and then they play post plant like suck on the bomb, and it's just like. But yeah, for that reason, she should not be buffed ever, please. There was a season like I think maybe like 1 or 2 seasons ago where Astra had 5 smokes and she was like really good, and she was in every game, and the comps were Astra and Viper on almost every single team, and then if the bomb goes down, you just cannot defuse ever. Like you have to go find the Astra in like the jungles of Namibia, like sitting in their spawn like behind a bush to even like try to win the round. So that never needs to come back, please. All right, KO, go. Put him in the Cypher, Sova, and Yoru Raze category of just GOAT character. The physics on his flash make him the GOAT. You can do crazy stuff with it. His whole kit is cool. Chamber, I would put him in the GOAT. I think he's in a good spot. Everyone remembers when Chamber on release had a TP that could go literally across the map on bind. His op like shot faster than like a phantom. What else was there? It was just, and he had 2 trips. That was the other thing. So that should never come back, please. I think he's in a good spot now. He's basically just known as the telescope man. Like this bro is just on an op every single round. On round 2, this bro is on an op. And I think that's fine. He's like the op character. If you make him any stronger, if you buff his TP, it just gets back to that old season where there's just like every single angle possible in the game. There's a chamber just like telescoped in on you. And it's just lame. So he's cool now. Like if you're a good aimer and a good opper, you'll like frag out on this John. Neon, I'm actually gonna put her in the GOAT category. I don't care. She needed the nerfs so bad. Pre-nerf Neon like this season was probably one of the most disgusting things that's ever been released in this game. I'd say it would rival Release Chamber in terms of how bricked this character was. Where she had perfect accuracy on a slide. It just that should not be in the game. But she's fine now. All right, here's a character that yeah. I'm gonna put this on the. This is on the like. It's like you have like the minor change, please boss, and then you have the. On my soul, this character needs to change. It's so ass. This character like, it's like this. It's like. Okay, well, well that's the fade. It's like stretching into that final character. because her kit is so clunky, bro. This shit feels like carrying furniture up like 15 flights of stairs. Like that's what it feels like to play Fate. Like, you know when you're like moving into your college dorm and you have like the furniture and then you're like trying to like fit it around the wall and it's just like not fitting and like the paint's getting scuffed and you're like just get like fucking like that is playing Fate. Every part of her kit is just like it's like designed like it looks like it's moving through like jello and honey, just like yeah. So, okay, to be more specific, her dogs are terrible. They are super slow. They do not go very far. So you have to be around a corner when you use them because if you use them in the open or like remotely in the open, your character is just like this, and then you just get headshot and you die. So you either have to do it like behind your team or something, but it's still so slow and it's so easy to break that it's just like it's just so bad. If you compare it to every other drone, like Sova drone, Sky drone, even like Yoru clone is probably better than this piece of shit. And like the fact that like look, it's like in her profile picture, bro. Like look at this. Like the dog is in her profile picture. Like this should be like a cool part of her character, and this thing, like this dog is like paraplegic. Like this thing needs to get buffed or something. I think her suck is okay. The suck is fine. It's cool. Her eye is also extremely slow. I think if you're above like Iron 3, the eye is getting shot in 1 femtosecond on any angle. It's extremely loud. You just hear that, and then you just shoot the eye and it does nothing. And when you compare that to like a Sova dart, that's like, and it just go, like, you know, like, I don't know. Sova's just better than this character in every possible way. There's no reason you should ever play this character if you play Sova. Is the issue essentially? So this character needs some fatty changes and also minor changes to almost every part of her kit. Yeah. All right, my boy, the barber is minor changes, please, boss. Okay. Can you guess? If you had to guess, which part of his kit do you think needs the minor change? I'll give you a clue. It is circular in shape, and it also does nothing. Yeah. So his kit's cool. He has like just 100 smokes. He's like the man from India that smokes the like hashish. So that's why he has so many smokes. I think he's cool at top level, like pro play, like T2, T1 shit. Like he'll always be good because you can just make crazy smokes go everywhere, and you can play around them very well. And low elo, he's always gonna be awful. But I think it's cool, like there's characters like that. But yo, his orb needs to change. Like his orb needs to, I think, just take more damage before it breaks. Like, and I think a good like balancing design for this is the amount of damage the orb needs to take should allow you to get half of a bomb defuse. Like whatever, I don't know what the actual number of that is, but if you like throw the orb down and you start sticking the bomb, you should be able to get the bomb to half before the orb is broken from like a full Vandal or Phantom spray. Because the fact that like if you try and do that and they can just spray through it immediately, it's just like yo. And then also after you like it's broken, like the shield is broken, the thing just disappears. So like genuinely, I don't even think it's worth buying the orb on any round except for like pistol round. Maybe on pistol round you can like consider buying the orb if you want to do some sort of weird like rush plant. But yeah, that's the only thing. That one ability is just so awful. It needs to change. All right. Gekko, goat, weird character, but is funny. I don't know. Like I don't think if this bro just has too much going on. Like he ordered like too many like condiments for his pumpkin spice latte in LA, and like there's just like yeah, he has too much going on. I don't know how you can like balance this properly. I think it's okay where it is now. I just wouldn't touch it. The jizzy like increased jizz speed definitely was necessary, but now I think he's good. All right, Deadlock. I would say goat question mark, like maybe a little bit down into the minor change. Just a weird character. Just weird, bro. Anyone who plays Deadlock is just weird. Super awkward, weird kit. The like sound sensors are weird. It's like weird when they go off. It's weird how they work when you can like pick them up. Their like angles are weird. Her wall is weird. Like everything about this character is just so odd, bro. But I think like because of that, it's cool. So That's why it's like it's probably good. Maybe you can like make it a little bit better and just make it slightly less awkward to use literally every single part of her kit. Or like when you use her ult, she's like, "My territory, my rule," and then you die because like it takes 10 hours to pull out. But I know there's like some crazy angles you can use with it. But yeah, weird character, pretty cool. Whatever, keep it where it is. All right, ISO. I think a lot of people would assume I'm gonna put this in the on my soul. This needs to change. It's so ass. But I'm actually gonna put it in the just a minor change, please, boss. Let me like stretch him out a little bit. Wait, pause. Um, so the reason he's in this category, I think his whole kit is like okay. He's just a rank fiend, like is what this character is. That like honestly, I don't know. I think they probably shouldn't have added this character. It's a little bit like just toxic in general. But I guess it's like kind of cool. You can farm some cool clips. Go to my YouTube Shorts with Mr. Buzty. You'll see some cool ISO clips. But the thing that needs to change with this guy is his shield. His not his like his like you know what I mean? I think it's on his C, like his moving shield, like the not the like. So that thing is just ass. Like it's not worth buying that absolute piece of shit. It's like thinner than like an anorexic dog, so you can't actually like block any bullets properly with it, except for like maybe 2 maps where there's like a tiny corridor you can run down. It moves super quick. I don't know why it moves that quick, so you can't even like stay behind it without full sprinting behind it with like a knife out. Yeah. So like I personally think it should either just be a stationary shield, so like when he uses it, it just like brings it up immediately right in front of him as like a permanent, not permanent, I mean like a 3-4 second just stationary shield that he can like play around as cover. Or you can like choose where to stop it, kind of like a harbor like cascade. So I think that would at least like make it like somewhat usable. Like currently it's just bricked. Like it, I don't know. Just get that out of here. Change that. All right. So I don't know if Riot Games is like collaborating with me, but notice how there's no characters in the on my soul. This character is so ass. It needs to change. It should. Sorry. On my soul, this character is so ass. Sorry. This character needs to change. It's so ass. Forgive me. In that final category, it's these final 2 characters. Like I'm gonna save the worst one for last. So let's get going with Vizier. So here we go, Viz. She looks cool. That's like the only good thing about this character. She's kind of fire. Here we go. We got Viz. All right. Let's just go through her kit one by one. Okay. So we'll start with the wall, the thing that goes like ching, and then it forces a 1v1 basically on the side. That thing should not be jukeable. Okay? Riot Games, why is this thing baitable? So, for those of you who don't know, any rank above like silver 2, actually maybe like gold 2, okay? You can literally just jump, like air strafe. You can go like you can just do that, and then the wall triggers, and then no one's on the side, okay? So that is awful. Like, so the whole point of this ability, right, is to get like 1 or 2 people on the side, like cut them off, so it forces like a 1v1 or a 1v2 in your favor. Okay. So why can you bait this ability? This should not be a thing. What should happen is as soon as anything crosses the threshold of the wall, it is a like just frame wall. So like there is no frame where you can get back. So it like as soon as you trigger it, it should keep you on the other side of the wall. And if that is like too strong and like breaks the game, then this entire ability needs to be reworked. Because its current state, it just makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. And that also, it's like that's not even just on a side hold. Like if you're playing like a solo Senti Vise, you're gonna put the wall in flank usually, right? Unless you want to use it for like post, but then you have to watch flank physically, so it's probably better to put it on flank. So they can just bait the flank wall. So like your trip will go off. Like you'll be like, holy shit, they're like flanking us, they're in their spawn. But that actually gives you no info because you don't know if they baited it, you don't know what is even going on, you don't know which side of the wall they're on. So it actually like it's weird. Like your wall going off behind you, like as in like if someone either crosses or does not cross your wall behind you in spawn, that actually puts you at a disadvantage. It gives you less information than you had previously. It makes no sense. Okay, next abilities are thorns or razor wire or whatever it's called, razor vines. I think that's okay. The buff was good. It used to just do nothing, and now it does like kind of something. So I think that's fine. It you should not be able to just run through like barbed wire and like vines and razors and just be like, all right, bet like that did like 5 damage, and I'm just gonna kill your whole team. That makes no sense. So okay, that's maybe okay now. Okay, her flash is actually not that bad. It it's like theoretically one of the best flashes in the game because it's invisible and you can immediately swing off of it. Um, and I think this is like what should give her like the most power. Like this is what makes the character powerful. But it's just so hard to evaluate like the benefit of this flash because how bricked the rest of her kit is. Like if the wall trapped you on site, then the flash would be good, right? Because then when the wall goes up, you know there's someone in front of the wall. So when you pop the flash, you know at least that person would have to turn the flash or fight you. But so currently it's just like weird, like it just doesn't like work properly. Okay, and then like the main reason why this character is in the on my soul this character needs to change, it's so ass category, is her ultimate. This ultimate is so terrible. So I'm assuming. So let me just like assume I'm like entering the mind space of the Riot devs, right? So it sounds like what they wanted to do was have some sort of like aggressive ult. So I guess you have like two types of ults, right? Or three types. You have like information ults, like Cypher. You have aggressive ults, like Phoenix, and then you have like I don't know, like a defensive ult. I can't think like maybe sometimes KJ can be used defensively. Yeah, whatever. You get the point. So I'm assuming they were trying to make an aggressive ult, meaning you would use this ult to try and get onto a bomb site to get the bomb down, right? The problem is the range. There's so many problems with this. Okay, problem number one: the range of this ult is terrible. So because the circle is centered on the Vi's character, like on most maps in the game, this does not cover the entire site. So there's always going to be and how how the ult works, right? Is it takes away your primary gun. So what happens is like the ult goes off. The part of the site that it doesn't cover is like the furthest back. So but because it doesn't cover that part of the site, those are the people that are going to have long range weapons. So it just basically like slightly pushes back everyone if they want to stay on the site, if they want to fight like from the back of the site. For example, like say like bind A. If you ult from A short, it doesn't cover heaven or backside. So there's still going to be people in heaven and backside with vandals, ops, phantoms, whatever. So it just like doesn't work in that regard. The other thing is in any elo above like bronze 2, secondary is still good. So like I mean, if you have a brain and you're in like immortal, what happens is you just buy a shorty. If you see the enemy Vise has a Vise ult, you just buy a shorty. The Vise ults, the team runs in, and you just shorty the fuck out of them. Like, and the fact that like doesn't even tell you where the enemies are. You don't even know what's going on. So you don't know if there's like 10 shorties around every corner. So the ult like counters itself because it's an aggressive ult. Like it's a aggressively designed ult, but it doesn't give you information, and it like it encourages people to use like shotguns and like right click classics. So it's aggressive, but it also punishes you for running into the site. The other thing that's also terrible, this thing is it's so bad. It the the duration of the like primary gun jam is what like 2-3 seconds. It is nothing. So I've seen this so many times. You Vise ult, like my gun gets taken away on backside. I'm like, all right, sick. Let me just like pull out my Deeg, take a couple Deeg shots, like maybe headshot their entire team. All right, maybe I don't. My gun's back. So I like just like take 2 steps back. My gun's back. I just literally just flash back onto the side. Bro, this needs to change. I think probably what could be a good change is at least just like you know how like a Brim ult, you can just aim where the ult is on the side. Like I think that could be kind of cool. You can maybe make the entire like radius smaller, right? But you can actually aim where the Vise ult goes, because then you can actually like if like their up player like whiffs a shot or whatever, you know where the up player is. You can just like ult on the up player, so at least you know the up is gone or something. And then that way you can also move the ult so that it covers the actual site instead of like covering your own spawn, just to make sure the gremlins in your spawn like don't have vandals or something like that. I don't know, bro. All right. So that was an extended run, and we're not even on the worst character of all time. This character is so bad, and by bad I mean it's way too strong. This is no. This does not belong in the game right now. No, 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 no. All right. So this piece of shit. Look at this thing. Look at this abomination, bro. Look at this abomination. Like, her face doesn't even deserve to be on the screen. There. Okay. So that thing in the corner over there is disgusting. If you don't believe me, okay, go to the top 10 or even like top 100 of any leaderboard right now, and I guarantee you over 50% of those players are just abusing Clove. Okay. So it's just disgusting. This is the most Mickey Mouse bricked character ever. Okay, so we're gonna go one by one through her kit. Okay, I'm sorry if you're falling asleep, but bear with me here. Let me explain to the Riot devs how to fix this issue, or like what the actual issue is. So almost every part of her kit is better than another character whose entire kit is that ability. Let me explain. So let's go from left to right on her abilities, right? Okay. So I don't think it's even in here. Okay, this is not even correct because actually like pick me up is on C. So they didn't even create the UI correctly on the web page. Is how bad this character is. But let's go from left to right on her web page because in game this is on the left. But whatever. So I think this is the only ability that is okay. I mean it's like a mid ability. Weird interactions. Like it's kind of hard to use. To make it work requires like at least 1 IQ instead of 0. So cool. All right. Actually, you know what? Let me start with the heal. What is this ability, dude? What is this ability? So this heal is the fastest heal in the entire game. It takes you up to 150. It is available on the pistol round alongside 2 smokes and light armor. So what I'm saying is this heal ability is better than Reyna's ability. Reyna's entire like kit is essentially based on dismissing and healing off of trades, so you can continue fighting into the end of the round, right? The only difference is like sure, Reyna's heal is permanent, and this is like not permanent, but it's long enough that it's like basically permanent. You know what I mean? Because you're usually healing and then you're fighting like in the next 2 to 3 seconds. So why does Smoke's character Smokes, right? This is not a duelist. This is a controller character. So you're comparing this character to Brimstone, Omen, Astra, and Viper, and Harbor. Okay, just keep that in mind. Those are the characters we're comparing this to, not like another Reyna or an ISO. Smoke's character has the strongest heal in the game. It is the fastest. It is accessible on round 1. This thing is disgusting, bro. And I also forgot about this. It gives you a Brimstone speed boost. So there's like 20 characters' abilities combined into this one ability. So like it used to be a meme where it's like, you know, if you give the Reyna 1 kill on pistol round, like the whole pistol round's over because you just have like a raid boss Reyna with like 3000 HP running around with a sheriff just killing your entire team. So now we have that, except it's just worse because this character will also have light armor, and we're not even getting into that yet. They can still smoke and smoke after death. So there's absolutely no downside. If you play Clove, round 1, buy light armor, buy 2 smokes, buy classic, buy heal, and just run that shit down, dude. Bro, this is disgusting. I don't know what you would have to do to change this, but this needs to not be in the game. All right, cool. So let's actually go to our alt next. So carrying on the theme of it just does what other characters do, but better. So remember, where is it? In the minor change, please boss. We have a Mistress Sage over here. So her ult, I believe, currently is a 7 cost resurrection. So when you resurrect someone, you're actually on top of their dead body. They do the like animation, and then they just get headshot, right? And if somehow the other team lets you res whoever that is, okay, then it's like actually kind of good, right? But you also resurrected without armor, right? So like, okay, so remember all of that. 7 cost. It's a resurrection in place. The player can't move. They just go and then they die. Okay. This character, this is not a support player. Remember, this is a controller. So not only do they have the best heal in the game, they have a self-resurrection, which I would say is essentially equivalent to Sage's res, because, I mean, Like all reses are basically equivalent. You're basically just adding a player to your team. You're making a 4v4 into a 5v4, whatever. I know it's not like exactly equal. Like technically the Sage res is better because like the enemy team can be dead or whatever, and you died. Who cares? Okay, you can res. You can move in res, so it's already objectively better than a Sage res because you can actually get around the corner and clutch. Like you can never do that on a Sage. So what a Clove can do in a post-plant situation is if they die, they can res, go around the corner, and just bait the defuse until they win. I'm talking about on the attacking side. So it is absolutely disgusting. What else was I going to say? Oh, and then if you get the kill, obviously you stay alive. And people are going to be like, oh, well, you only have like a couple seconds, like 5 seconds or whatever it is, I don't even know what the time is, to stay alive and like try and get the kill. And sure, it'll lead to like meme situations of like a Clove just like running around the map, like chasing you down into your spawn until she like dies of old age. But you have to realize most of the time, like when you're rezzing, whether it's on Sage or on Clove, that person is dying anyway in the next 10 seconds. Like this restriction is just like it's like an arbitrary, like fake on paper restriction where it's like, oh no, I only have 5 seconds to like go kill someone, but like when you res, there's like 20 people on the screen and you just run out and take a 1v1 or like a 1v2 or whatever. So it's just like a fake. Like my issue is, why does this Smokes character has a res that's essentially equivalent or possibly better than the character whose entire identity is a res? Okay, enough about that. All right, so the real reason. Let me just actually add this character again. Let me add this character again. So she's so busted. She like deserves to be in this final category twice, right? So okay, her smokes. So remember actually in the beginning when I think it was Brimstone was the first character we talked about. Brimstone, 3 smokes, pretty good. They last long. They're big, but then they don't come back. So this character, yes, her smokes are short-lived, but everyone knows this. She can smoke after she dies. Okay, so that alone puts her at least in ranked. I'm not talking about comp here. Comp as in T3 to T1 and pro. That is a different beast altogether. Like that, balancing that is crazy. But like I'm just talking about a ranked right now. The fact that you can smoke after you die is that it should not be in the game, or it needs to be heavily changed. Because I think maybe if you allow other smokes to do this as well, it would be okay. But the fact that like if you're playing any other smoke character, Omen, Astra, Harbor, Astra, Omen, Viper, Harbor, Astra, Brim, if you die, your team is cooked. Like that is the definition of a like smokes player. Any other role, Senti, Initiator, Duelist, if you die, it's like kind of bad. Like Senti dying is kind of bad, right? Because they can come like lurk into your asshole or just hit the site. But like a smokes dying is like your chances of winning the round when your smokes dies goes down by like 40%, just because there's no cover. Like the retakes are super hard to deal with. Just everything is hard to deal with, right? So this is the only character that even if she dies, she can still smoke for the team. You can still be there for the team. And so not only can she smoke after death, the after death and mid round smokes recharge. Like who designed this, bro? So this is what happens in almost every single round. So side gets executed, right? Clove runs in with the team, kills someone, heals up to 150, like almost kills another person, dies, reses, like maybe kills someone else, but then they all run away, okay? She dies like in their spawn or whatever, like on the site. And now she can continue to smoke for the entire post-plant period on the bomb. And also on retakes, she can smoke for another player that's diffusing, and then like with its new change where you can't see pings anymore, like smoking the bomb and then fake diffusing or full diffusing has actually been like giga buffed, because you can no longer ping where the actual bomb is, so it's just much harder to actually like fight through smokes now if someone is actively on the bomb. So you can literally just do that for your friends when you are dead, which is crazy. So another way to think about this is before this was a thing, right? Like smokes players like were always incentivized to be the last alive because they have the highest, I would say, like clutch potential. Specifically around like bomb defusers, right? Because I'm sure there's like I think it's like a clip of like Boaster or something, like just straight defusing on Brimstone. I think it was on Haven or whatever. Because why that is smokes players when they're alive, you could smoke the bomb, you run into your smoke, and you either tap or half the bomb or full defuse the bomb, and then the enemy team either has to choose to spam and potentially whiff, or run into the smoke and see if you're actually on the bomb. At which point you're just standing like this, and you just go hello, and you just shoot them, and then you win the round. Okay, and that used to be only smokes players can do that, right? Only Omen can do that. Only Brim can do that. Maybe Cypher, kind of, with these cages, okay? But with Clove, any player on the team can now do that, which is disgusting. Like that should not be a thing. Because what happens is Clove is dead, but then she still smokes the bomb. And then any player that's still alive can play as if they are the controller player on the bomb. So it just completely breaks like the idea of what a controller should be, like what a controller is doing, why they should be doing what they're doing, and like the rewards you get. It makes absolutely zero sense. All right, so enough of Flame. If you want to get Radiant rank 1, just play Clove literally every single game. Video coming up on actually me raging about the MMR, ACS, and MVP system. So if you want to be mad with me, log into that one. But if you want to get rank 1 in any rank of anything, just play Clove every single game. All right, peace.